everyone, and welcome to our Facebook Live study. We are studying the attributes of God, and the study's name is Approach. And the idea is that as you get to know the Lord more, as you get to study His attributes and those characteristics that make Him God, and those attributes that can't change and doesn't grow, and that He never loses or never develops more, those attributes, as you get to know them, that you would be able to approach God and draw near to God more fully and with greater understanding and with a deeper sense of who you are actually approaching. And today our study is taking us to the omnipresence of God. And really, the omnipresence of God is not so much something you can study as much as you can just stand in awe and appreciate it and see how God cannot be contained, because He is everywhere, all the time, at the same time. And that is what the word omnipresent means. He is always, always there. And it's not like security cameras that are also everywhere and watching you at all times, and sometimes, misses an angle. No. It's completely, God is completely with us all the time and everywhere. This means that there's no place that we can go where God's presence isn't already there. There's no place that is dark enough or ugly enough or circumstances that are evil or difficult where God has not been before you and where God isn't with you in it. It's like the Hebrews writer said in Hebrews chapter 13, that God will never leave us or forsake us. And He can make that promise because He is literally always, always with us. What this means in a relationship with Him is that you are never, ever alone. You are never lonely, because God is always with you. And in your study this week, you'll see we're studying 2 Samuel chapter 7, where David wants to build God a temple. He wants to build Him a house. And God is sort of like, oh, that's very nice, David, but no place can contain me. But He sees David's heart, and then He blesses him, and He says to him, I do not live in temples made by human hands, but I will establish your house and your kingdom, and it will exist and endure forever. And obviously God was promising that through David and through his bloodline, the Messiah would be born. Jesus Christ, His Son, would be born. And of course then Solomon, David's son, did build a temple for God, and His presence did dwell there, but His presence wasn't confined to the temple alone. And it's the same with us today. God's presence is not confined to our churches or to holy places. God's presence is everywhere at all times. When Jesus was on earth, in His earthly ministry, He was confined. He gave up His omnipresence because He was confined to a body, to flesh and blood. However, Jesus, in the time that He was on earth, was not omnipresent. The Father still was. And then Jesus ascended into heaven, and He said, now He sends His Holy Spirit into us, and God lives in everyone, every believer, everyone who confesses Jesus as Lord. The Holy Spirit lives in every believer at all times, everywhere, and at the same time. Do you see how amazing the omnipresence of God is? And it's like David said, there really is no place where you can flee from His presence or escape His reach. God is always, always with you. So enjoy your study this week, and I want to encourage you to download the study from Facebook, and then also let me know if there's any problems opening your studies or downloading your studies, and we'll do something about it. Until next time, goodbye.